Welcome to the Sandwatch International Database. The database was developed by Dr. David Gray of Halifax, Nova Scotia in Canada, and is upgraded regularly. The database is being maintained and coordinated by the Sandwatch Foundation. Support for hosting the database, training, and the preparation of this video series was provided by UNESCO, the United Nations Educational, Scientific, and Cultural Organization. Now let's get started with a short introduction and description on how to use this database. As this is your first time using the database, let me explain a few background information first. Over here in the corner you will notice this link. This will take you to the Sandwatch manual, the entire manual. It's in a PDF format and can be downloaded by clicking on this link. Up here is also a useful user's guide to the Sandwatch, to the international database itself, and it complements this video series. The first time you try to use this database, of course you will need to have a username and password. That can be gotten by emailing a request to sandwatchdatabase@gmail.com. But for the purposes of this demonstration, we will use the guest login. This will allow us to view the website, the database, but not edit or change any information that's already been put in. So we hit login. Now, if this is the first time you've used the database, there will be nothing up here in recently viewed beaches. So what we'll do is you would go and select your country, but for the case of this demonstration we're going to use Fiji. So we scroll down, Fiji, and you'll notice this menu pops up. It says select a beach, because many Sandwatch countries have more than one team covering more than one beach. So in this case we will pick Long Bay Beach in Fiji. You'll notice it pops up here, Long Bay. And the button next to it is the menu. So you click on beach and it drops down and it gives you, this is the main menu for the entire database. For this tutorial video we'll just be covering the first one, the chapter 4 in the Sandwatch manual, which is general description. So we'll click on general description. This information is entered in by the Sandwatch team leader for your group, and it will have the name of the group here, the name of the school or organization, perhaps a link to the school's website or the group's website, the name of the teacher or the Sandwatch leader of this group, the name of the class, and the date that the team was founded. The next button is the location of the beach. Up here, your team leader would have already typed this information in, unless you're the team leader, in which case you'll have to type it in. It has the name of the beach, the nearest town, the parish, the district that your beach is in, what island or province it is, and of course what country. We also notice we have a place here for longitude and latitude. We'll come to that in a couple of minutes. What we find useful is to put photographs on the database. So we have created a facility to do that. This one is probably a sketch map of Long Bay Beach in Fiji, and it's probably done by the students. You'll notice that it's just a rough map to show some of the main areas of interest on the beach, like the main road, the river that comes through the middle of their beach, where parking or guest houses or pizzerias or beach bars are. Perhaps if there's mangroves or wetlands or turtle nesting sites or anything of particular interest about your map, your beach. I must emphasize that any photograph uploaded to the Sandwatch database must be less than 1 megabyte in size. So if your photograph are more than 1 megabyte, you must edit, crop, resize, or change the resolution on it to bring it to under 1 megabyte. Now we'll move on to map of the beach. We create the map of the beach using Google Earth, which is a really excellent program. If you haven't used it, just Google it and download it. It's totally free and is a very, very useful program, not only for Sandwatch, but for any sort of project that involves geography or learning geography or what have you. Now here is the Long Bay Beach in Fiji. As you can see, you can zoom all the way out and it will show you the entire country. If you get lost and you want to find your map again, or your beach, you go up here and hit reset and it will take you back to the original part of your beach. What is useful is to add the satellite overlay so you can actually see the terrain you're looking at. So here you can see how the where the rivers are and the forests and the trees and the offshore islands and maybe the coral reefs and all sorts of other information that is useful for your project. When using Google Earth, also automatically generates the longitude and latitude of your beach, as you can see here, and that's where we can find that information for the previous page where it says location of beach. Now we'll move on to photos of beach. Again, all photos must be less than 1 megabyte. They have thumbnails here, so if you click on them, they will expand. Important thing to know about the photographs is it's best to label them. When they were taken, where they were taken, what direction they were in, anything special about the photograph. In this photograph, for example, you can see it was taken after a storm, so there's a lot of erosion. And what direction you're looking, looking down the beach, up the beach, north, south, east, west, however your beach is oriented. It's also recommended to put a date on your photographs, because as you will be doing Sandwatch observations and measurements on your beach on a fairly regular basis, every few weeks, every month, every couple of months, it is best to have that noted in the photographic record. And whenever you update information to the Sandwatch database, you must remember to save your information before you leave. Now, as we were just logged in as a guest, that facility for saving isn't available, but if you log in as not a guest, there's a save button. Next on the menu is the beach characteristics. This is sort of the meat and potatoes of the project, where you start putting in some data. So how long is your beach? You have adopted the entire length of the beach or just a portion of the beach, because some beaches are several miles long or more. So in this case, say 500 meters of the beach has been adopted. Type in the typical sea conditions. Is it mainly calm? Is it low to moderate waves? Is it a high energy beach with high waves, such as used for surfing? What is the beach made of? Beach composition. Is it a mud beach, a sand beach, a stony or rocky beach, large boulders, a mixture of both? And here you can do a little description. Also, what is behind the beach? Is it wetlands and mangroves, or swamps, or parking lots, or cliffs, or a road, or a car park, or sand dunes, or picnic areas, or anything else that's an important feature of your beach? Is there a presence of a stream or a river? Because that can alter the makeup of your beach considerably too over time. Humans who use the beach. Is the beach used mainly by locals or tourists, fishermen, or perhaps something else? How do you access a beach? Can you walk there, walk only? Can you park? Maybe you get there by boat only. Presence of litter on the beach, and that's another section of the manual, but is there a lot of litter there usually, or very light or moderate litter. This is important too, the special wildlife habitats. Is the beach used by nesting sea turtles, or perhaps there's a wetland behind you that migratory birds or seabirds use? And you can write descriptions here. Finally, we move on to historical information. If you talk to, beaches change greatly over time, even over 5, 10, 15, 20 years, far less 50, 60, 100 years. So if you go talk to your parents, your grandparents, the local historical society, the museum, perhaps a local government, and ask them for photographs, you will probably find some old photographs of that beach. In this case, for Fiji, we select, there's some pictures, one picture from 1970. So we click on it here and you'll see, and it says, former dunes were mined on this beach in the 70s and 80s for concrete. So these sand dunes presumably no longer exist on that beach, as they were destroyed 20 odd years ago. Of course, if you're a student who's under 20, you won't remember the beach ever having sand dunes. So this is an important historical feature to note. One of the nice things about historical photographs that you can try to do is locate, if possible, the exact spot the photograph was taken. Go to that spot and take a picture of the same view that was seen in the older photograph. And then by comparing them, you can really see how much your beach has changed over the years. How much it's developed, or gotten larger, or gotten smaller, or the use has changed, the trees, or the vegetation has changed. All that information is very important. Again, all photographs must be less than 1 megabyte in size. This concludes the introduction video for the Sandwatch database. In subsequent videos, each video will cover a chapter of the manual as seen here. So the next video will be erosion and accretion, which is chapter 5 in the Sandwatch manual, and so forth. So I look forward to seeing you back again.